What if the worst stock in your portfolio is not Tesla, not Bitcoin, not that meme stock you regret, but your own brain? John Nofsinger studied real investor accounts for decades and found one brutal truth. The market isn't your enemy, your emotions are. In this summary of Psychology of Investing, you'll see how 3 invisible mental traps quietly drain your returns, and how to finally get your mind working for your money, not against it. Stay with me. Welcome back to Book in Minutes. Today, we're breaking down Psychology of Investing by John Nofsinger, a professor who looked at what investors actually do with their money, not what they claim they do. He analyzed thousands of real portfolios and found the same patterns again and again. Smart people, good intentions, terrible decisions. In this video, you'll learn the 3 biggest psychological traps that sabotage investors. Number 1. The overconfidence trap. Why more information and more trading usually mean worse results. Number 2. The social herd trap. How following the crowd almost guarantees you buy high and sell low. Number 3. The emotion trap. How fear, greed, and even your heartbeat can push you into destructive moves. And at the end, I'll show you one simple mindset shift that instantly makes you a rarer, calmer kind of investor. Let's start with the first trap. Point 1. The overconfidence trap. Imagine 2 investors. One checks the market once a month, the other checks 10 times a day, watches every headline, and trades constantly. Who does better? According to Nofsinger's research, it's not even close. In one famous study of tens of thousands of brokerage accounts, the investors who traded the most earned the least. Their returns were several percentage points lower than the people who mostly just stayed put. More activity, more confidence, less money. This is overconfidence bias. We mistake luck for skill. We confuse a few wins with "I know what I'm doing." Social media supercharges this. You see screenshots of "I turned $1,000 into $50,000 trading options." No one posts "I turned $50,000 back into $1,000. Your brain quietly tells you, if they can do it, I can too. I'm smarter than average. I won't be the one who gets burned. That thought is expensive. Overconfident investors trade too often, take bigger risks than they realize, double down on losing positions to prove they were right, ignore boring, diversified strategies because they don't feel smart enough. Nofsinger's key lesson? The best investors are not the ones with the strongest opinions. They're the ones who are most aware of their limits. Humility beats hype. So if overconfidence makes you fight the market, the next trap makes you blindly follow it. Point 2. The social herd trap. Humans are wired to copy the group. In the wild, if the herd runs, you run. In the markets, that instinct is deadly. Nofsinger shows that investors don't make decisions in isolation. They watch friends, TV, pundits, Twitter, Reddit, TikTok. They feel FOMO when everyone else is getting rich. So what happens? They buy after a long run-up, exactly when the early movers are quietly selling. Think of meme stocks. At the start, a small group notices something interesting. By the time it hits mainstream news, your coworker is telling you, "You have to buy this. It's going to the moon. History is clear." By the time something feels safe because everyone is doing it, the real opportunity is usually gone. Nofsinger calls this herding. And it's not just about strangers online. You see a neighbor buy a rental property. You hear your cousin brag about crypto gains. You don't want to feel stupid or left behind, so you copy. But here's the twist. When the crowd panics, you copy that too. The herd buys late and sells late. Buy high, sell low, repeat. The antidote: have a written plan for your investments. Before the noise hits, what are you buying? Why? At what time horizon? Under what conditions would you sell? Investors with clear rules are less likely to be yanked around by FOMO and fear. They don't need to ask, what is everyone else doing? They already know what they are doing. But even with a plan, there's one enemy you can't completely escape: your own emotions. Point 3. The emotion trap. Knopfsinger makes something very clear. Investing is not a spreadsheet problem. It's a nervous system problem. When markets crash, your body reacts first. Your heart rate spikes, your stomach tightens, your brain starts screaming, "Do something." In those moments, logic is not in charge. Fear is. That's why so many investors sell at the bottom because they can't take it anymore, refuse to buy again because the pain was too intense, hold losers for years, hoping to just get back to even to avoid the regret. Knopfsinger explains that we feel the pain of losing about twice as strongly as the pleasure of winning. This is loss aversion. It keeps us from taking healthy risks and pushes us into unhealthy ones just to avoid admitting we're wrong. On the flip side, greed kicks in during bull markets. We see green numbers, feel invincible, and quietly raise our risk without noticing. More leverage, more concentration in one stock, more exotic products we barely understand. Fear shrinks time. Greed blurs risk. Knopfsinger's practical advice: design your investing environment so emotions have less power. Automate contributions so decisions aren't made in the heat of the moment. Diversify so no single stock can emotionally wreck you. Check your portfolio less often to reduce emotional spikes. Decide your rules when you're calm and stick to them when you're not. You can't remove emotion from investing, but you can stop letting emotion sit in the driver's seat. Let's quickly recap Knopfsinger's biggest lessons from Psychology of Investing. Trap 1. Overconfidence. Thinking you're smarter than the market leads to overtrading and underperforming. The cure is intellectual humility and a simple, evidence-based strategy. Trap 2. The social herd. Following the crowd means you almost always show up late. The cure is having your own written plan and ignoring the noise. Trap 3. Emotion. Fear and greed hijack your decisions, especially in extreme markets. The cure is automation, diversification, and rules set in advance. The real message: you don't need the perfect stock pick. You need a stable psychology. If this book shows you how your brain breaks investing, our next video shows you how to build wealth anyway, step by simple step. In the next summary, we'll break down The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco and connect his ideas about getting rich quickly with the psychology traps you just learned here. Subscribe if you haven't already, and click on the next video to see how your money mindset and your wealth strategy finally line up. Thanks for watching Book in Minutes.